Good day, race fans, and welcome to the Intentional Wreck Podcast. Podcast made by race fans for race fans, from the casuals to the lifelong gearheads. My name is Jeff, and I'm here with my fellows Corey, Finn, and Nick. And you can find us on YouTube and Twitch and Spotify and all your favorite audio platforms under the name Intentional Wreck. Please make sure you keep an eye out for us on the socials, and also make sure you keep an eye out for our website. That's intrecpod.com for all of your fun intentional wreck needs. We have a very special evening ahead, don't we, guys?
Yes,
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Tonight, we've got our
weird.
award ceremony for the Intentional Wreck Racing League. And I think there's going to be plenty of folks that are going to be intrigued by some of the results. Everything that came in was voted on user polls through forums, so nobody can go and yell at us and say that we were the ones that initiated all of these awards.
Well, they can. They can yell at us.
Yeah, and they will, I'm sure.
They shouldn't, but they can.
Right, exactly. So, but all in all, we have a very special evening planned. This is something that we haven't done before, but I can't wait for it to happen again in the future. This is going to be something that's going to be part of our general racing league experience for anybody that wants to join. So that's another bit of motivation for anybody that wants to jump into the league, that wants to get into this. These are the kind of things that we do and the kind of ways that we're trying to keep things fun and fresh for this league as we move on into the future. And we've got some other great ideas that are going to be happening as things move on into our next couple of seasons. All of that being said, I've yapped enough for the moment. How are you fellas doing tonight?
I'm great, buddy. I mowed the grass today. Let me tell you, there's no better feeling than the first mow of the spring.
I'm allergic to grass, so it's like the most miserable day for me, dude.
Fucking bubble boy over here.
There was always a joke that the only reason I was good at football growing up was because if I got tackled, it hurt for like a day, just itching. So
Yeah.
I would do anything. You know who was allergic to grass? Sean Merriman was allergic to grass, and he put a lot of people in the grass. Fun fact of the day for you. So, but no, I mean,
Are you comparing yourself to Sean Merriman?
better than comparing myself to Jimmy Johnson, which is what normally happens out here.
Well, we haven't seen them in the same room, to be fair, Nick.
I was Jimmy.
True.
It took 97 seconds for Finn to bring up Jimmy Johnson. This might be a record.
Listen, you think these guys would quit bullying me now that I've started playing Chell, but no, I go to their side, I branch out, try new things, and here I am being bullied, despite entering into the hockey world. I sent I sent Corey a pretty sick highlight yesterday.
No, he hit the Josh goal. He hit the Spin-a-Rooney goal into the net.
I mean, I still don't buy it.
It's awesome.
This is all a big troll. This is going to roll into some weird bullshit in which he's going to be like, I got you bitches in some way.
I think we actually have some pretty serious Chell players in the league, if I'm not mistaken. I forget who it is, but I think it's the Hellseeker and his guys.
Yeah, they're from New Hampshire. They're definitely into some weird ice shit.
Yeah.
See what I mean? This is why I believe it's a bit, y'all. This
It's
is why
not
I
a
don't believe
bit.
that Finn doesn't actually have any interest in playing the hockey video game. He's shit on hockey for the entirety of the time that I've known him, so I don't buy it.
It is the best sports video game, though.
Yeah,
Does iRacing count as a sports video game?
iRacing is.
It's the best EA sports video game.
Oh god damn, dude! It's the best
That
tasting
is a
pile
low
of.
bar.
It's the best tasting pile of shit I've had this week. Said
That
Corey.
is a low bar.
I was gonna say.
I'd
the show
argue
competes with
NASCAR
that pretty-
25 is the best console
substantially.
sports game at this rate. All right, we've gotten off topic.
Anyway,
I am excited. This is gonna be a great evening to celebrate the league, poke fun at some of the guys here. But again, Jeff, I want to reiterate what you just said, which is this was completely user submitted. So while we are gonna, there is a specific award that everybody's probably, doesn't want to be the one that gets it. Just remember that it's all in jest. We're all good league mates. We appreciate every person's enthusiasm. There's not a single. Sorry, Shanzi says, there's only one personality that I wish would change. No, I'm kidding. Shanzi, we need, for every Dilly, you need a Shanzi, okay? For every me laid back, you need a Nick who will yell at race control for an hour. We need those things because the storylines have created themselves. A whole year of racing, one hiccup in chat, the great JTP Shanzi debacle. So other than that, nothing. All right, everybody's been friendly.
We also haven't had to we haven't had to like really as far as like enacting admin powers. I
Right.
mean, I can honestly say it has not been a situation where like we're throwing people out of the league left and right, and you
Right.
know there's just you know
Oh,
Oh,
we lost Jeff.
all
He's
kinds
back.
of just uncontrollable battles and insufferable stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I was saying there hasn't been just a ton of insufferable stuff and us
Right.
throwing people out of the league left and right and all that kind of stuff. Like that hasn't been the thing. It has generally been like smooth sailing isn't necessarily the way to describe it, but as far as being the administrator of something this size goes, it really has been more
Yeah.
fun than anything else.
I got asked earlier today, like, what would you do if somebody just started like wrecking people in the race? And I was like, throw them out of the league. That's what would happen. Like, we can do that. So, and we really haven't had to. For the most part, I think accountability has been very solid so far. So far, but yeah, no major problems yet. I don't think.
No, I thought it was.
Yeah, the
Great.
the moral of that story is like just don't try us and
Don't
we'll
be
be
an
good.
asshole. We're all
That's
reasonable
where it is.
guys.
Yeah,
Just don't
things
be a
have been
complete
good.
asshole about
Don't
it,
try me.
We haven't had to use the hammer yet, but that doesn't
That's
mean
right.
that we won't.
That
It
doesn't
exists.
mean the hammer is not there and ready.
And,
Yes.
and I mean, everybody that got handed some sort of suspension or punishment took it well, held themselves accountable. And we wanted to start with this because, you know, one of the parts of this form are what are your thoughts and criticisms of the admin team? And do you have any ideas on how to improve the league? We want to make it very, very clear that we are all for feedback. We are all for pivoting to make sure. God, I sound like a sales guy. We're all for pivoting to make sure our stakeholders have maximum value. No, we're all about making the
circle
league.
back.
Yeah, the league is as good as it is because of you guys. So, you know, every single message that we got on the admin side has been extremely positive. I think it's like everybody's impressed with what we've been able to put together. So thank you to you three gentlemen for jumping in. Nick, super clutch with the points, and really just helping me while I was going through the work stuff. Corey, I appreciate you with how dedicated you are to making sure that the racing is kept at a standard. Your practice lobbies are immense. Jeff, big vibes guy, big guy in the pod, and I say this nicely. Somebody has to finish in the rear, dude. And you show up every week.
Vibes guy.
Yeah.
Vibes
Jeff
guy,
keeps an
dude.
eye on the back markers for us.
Right. He's make sure
I'm
everything.
the rear patrol man. That's what it is.
Leading from the back, dude. The leader of the wolf pack is in the back. That's
I'm
right.
winning off the track to quote some of our non-favorite DC
That's right.
sports area people.
So,
Yes.
Walter Mason Pan of the, admin of the year. You know what I mean? It's not about what you did on the field.
There you
It's about what you did off the field. You know what I mean?
go. The year.
Jesus.
Fuck, I gotta learn how to play this game.
All right. So shall we kick it off with the awards, fellas?
Absolutely.
I think it is time. Yes, we've bullshitted enough.
All right. So I'll
Some
have to
people
be.
are only watching for this part.
Give the
so-
people what they came to see.
All right.
Yeah, we
so,
had 16 viewers. Now we have 14. So
So, all right, let's kick it off with a little bit of a season recap, okay? As you can see on your screen, we've got every race that we've had this year, and the correlated winners. Started out a little rocky. If you guys recall, Daytona disappeared, never happened. We had Michigan after that. And then, of course, a Vegas race that we had to completely nuke and come back later and run again. But I think after that, extreme smooth sailing, everybody, well, we're gonna talk about some of these races and highlight those moments, but as you can see here in the story, we were talking about this earlier in the admin chat. Look at like weeks 4 through about 7 or 8, actually 4 through 9. The only drivers that won points paying races were Dense Fog and Warm Snugs. Dinger Magic won. Everything else was those guys. And then Nick decided to plug his pedals in, and you see right around, and then he comes in and wins the in-season tournament while winning the race at Indianapolis. That was you against Snugs, right?
yeah,
So great battle there.
I think
Dinger.
that's the one where Snugs bended into the pit road, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, and I saved fuel. Me and Dilly
Yeah.
both saved fuel on the last stage.
Right. So first in-season tournament won by the 43 car. Shout out Legacy Motor Club. Dinger Magic, kind of, a little bit of I don't know what the word is whenever you predict, like you show hints of something in the future. That's a word that's escaping me. Dinger Magic, though, wins the All-Star race, then kind of disappeared for a bit, really wasn't present at all. And then we get to the playoffs. Foreshadowing, that's what I'm looking for. But before we get to the playoffs, Playsick finally gets his win after basically 3 guys trade wins for over half the season. And then Spacetime Jumper, a non-playoff driver, gets back-to-back wins to end the regular season and start the playoffs. JJ Franken wins at Nashville. And then we haven't had a repeat winner in the playoffs leading up to tonight. Dinger Magic himself, we're going to talk about the playoff run that he's had up to this point. Fellas, what's your thoughts on the season so far? How could it have gone better? Because I don't know how it could have gotten better.
The only thing is that we got to get some plate racing, and I understand why we don't have it, and it's got nothing to do with us. But like, it's my favorite, right? To play in a video game. So that would be my only thing. I think the season went well for the most part. But we just gotta they gotta fix the plate racing. That would be like a huge one for me going into the next one of these games.
Yeah.
Well, when we actually did Daytona, and actually, towards later in the season, after we were all a little more experienced, that ended up like there were aspects of that generally, like, yes, it has its problems, but like the lead up to that race was a lot of fun, just given its placement, given where it was going with the playoff race, getting into the certain like scenarios that needed to happen, like leading right up into everything. I mean, I remember the JGR chat was hyped rolling into that race. We had a lot of stuff going on. There was strategizing. There was stuff going on. I'm sure we weren't the only ones. People were like, all right, I'm going to push you and I'm going to work with you. And if you see me here, find me. We're locking up here and do it. Like, then that, I would say, like, that was my favorite lead up rolling into a race more than anything else aside from
it'd be great if we could do Atlanta next year.
I think
we will have to see.
Well, right.
We will do everything. I will say this. We will do everything we can to have plate racing in our next cup season. Right, everything we can, and we will exhaust all options, and we'll get to some of the things, the admin feedback and stuff like that as we go, because there's something, a lot of people didn't like, maybe you had a bad taste in their mouth about changing tracks and stuff like that, but ultimately, we wanted to make sure that the race, you get one race a week, and when you have shitty momentum and it's just as bad as it could possibly be, that leaves a bad taste. So we wanted to make sure, no matter what we did, at least during this first season, that everything was solid. And yes, somebody did win that Vegas race, or, somebody maybe would have been really good at Talladega, or maybe your best track got replaced. Maybe you practiced Richmond for a month. The league's got to get there, but the league's getting there. That's the plus side.
Yeah.
Progress bar is getting there.
I was going to say that, I think that the league went as good as it could have. We needed those first couple of bumpy races to kind of settle everybody down and realize how to race with 25 other guys online on a console video game. The only thing that I can think of that probably should have gone better was the All-Star race.
Oh yeah.
That was a shit show.
Yeah. In fact, the Open was, what? I love that it did go to shit, because it proved that this is not a shitty driver ruining the racing of the league scenario, because the Open was a banger. The Open was a banger.
Issue. It's an aggression issue.
Right. It is. I'm fast when I practice by myself. So, time is passing fast. So I'm going to hop into the next category, which is the best track. So we asked about the best track of the year and the best race of the year. Best track. Your finalists are Michigan, Iowa, Nashville. 2 of these tracks we raced at twice. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But your winner for that was Michigan. It got 6 votes. How did you guys feel about that second Michigan race most recently? Pretty fun, in my opinion.
I won it, so I'm happy.
Michigan's excellent. I personally voted for Nashville. I think Nashville is the best track in the game for the Cup cars, but Michigan is definitely up there. I mean, all 3 of these tracks are frankly excellent in this game, but Michigan's deserving. It's fun. It's not super speedway racing, but it's about as close as you're gonna
That's
get.
what I said. It kind of scratched that itch, in my opinion. It really
it did.
did.
It
You
did.
know, high drafting, high speed, but not constantly beating and banging off of each other. So I thought
Yeah.
that was sick. So
I gotta say, there's one track that's not on here because it can't be because we haven't run it yet. The one that we're running tonight is gonna be a banger too.
yeah, I'm excited. Homestead will be
Yeah.
fun. A lot on the line too. A lot on the line. All right, next is going to be the race of the year. Your finalists are Iowa won, and if you guys recall, that was Corey, close earmuffs. Was a really solid race and a battle for the lead in which JTB Top Gun got underneath the 19 and wrecked themselves both, and that led to a frontman Finn 42 victory. There was Worldwide Technology, which was a race everybody thought was going to be a yellow fest that ended up being really long green flag runs, a really challenging track. I was surprised to see as many. This was my vote, but to see as many people put this one down, I thought was interesting. And then Darlington, which was chaos all around, and then Space Time Jumper, after some late race wrecks and stuff, was able to hold off his own teammate to win that race. So thoughts on these three fellas?
Yeah, I mean, despite just you said earmuffs for Corey. Like the Iowa race was fun. I enjoyed that. I can't keep myself from saying Iowa ways, but the first Iowa was good. Yeah, I mean, I think the winner is justified. Personally, my favorite was Worldwide Technology, but that was also my best finish of the year. So that's probably why I would have been biased on that.
So that was a very diplomatic description of what happened at the end of the Iowa race. I admire you for that, Finn.
His car was underneath yours, and you guys wrecked.
Was underneath me. That is true. In order to accomplish that, he also had to go onto the flat part of the bank track, but I digress. No, I love Iowa. It was a great race. That was in mid-November, and for anybody who's paying attention, I haven't won any races yet. So
and Corey is not over that race at all.
I was told at that time, don't worry. This will not be your last chance to win a race. Well, here we are with one race to go in the season, and it is in fact
your last chance.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Listen, we need your art.
I thought
Corey's
the
over
Worldwide
this.
Technology.
He's gone past it. He's done the work. He's gotten himself past this. It's obvious that it's not still on his mind at all.
No, I haven't thought about it once.
My vote for this one would have been the Worldwide Technology race. I thought that was a really clean race that didn't have a lot of cautions in it, or at least didn't have a lot of guys absolutely getting taken out. Both Iowa 1 and Darlington had guys absolutely getting taken out. Yours truly in both of them. And Worldwide Technology was it did come down to a last like a green white checkered, but it was pretty clean for the most part. So
did any road courses get any votes?
I did see a Coda. Coda got a vote for this cleanest and most strategic.
I was this close to voting for Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
The Glen is super fun in this game.
Yep, and somebody in the Glen. So those two got some votes. There was a couple Phoenixes in there as well.
I might have voted for Watkins Glen, actually. That might have been me.
So pretty good stuff. So
Observing.
The winner is Darlington. I would say this one is a winner, but it's a winner, right? Like it had like 3 or 4 mentions, but there were like a ton of track that had 3 or 4, but close. But Darlington was a solid race. Space Time Jumper was able to win that. Again, the power of friendship prevailed at a track that's too tough to tame. So, let's talk about the user or the award. So what I'm going to do here is I'll introduce the award. I'll talk about what the award is. You'll see the nominees, and then we'll just go straight into the winner of the award, and then you guys can chat about it. Cool. Make good on time. It's already 8. So the Greg Biffle Award for the cleanest driver of the year. Your finalists were JJ Franken, Frontman Finn, and C. Plasick. And the winner of this award will go to the 22 with 8 votes. C. Plasick. You guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, he's the cleanest guy in the league by a mile. I mean, he's never overly aggressive. Me and C. Plays have raced around each other for like the last 5 races straight. he has never, not one time, put me in a bad spot. He and I have raced each other so clean. He was my vote because like this dude he just holds his line, finds his speed, takes what he can get, and never puts anybody else in a bad spot. It's like
He
that's
does
the way.
he does justice to his number in a way that the regular driver of his number doesn't. So
Yeah, no, I agree with the winner of this award. There's only one driver on that finalist list that has wrecked me in the season. Take a guess on who that is.
Wait, did I
Um,
wreck you, or did I forget that it wasn't a yellow, and as a result,
And then wrecked me.
I didn't wreck you. You wrecked? No, I spun you somewhere else. Actually, I did.
But no,
I'm gonna be
place
honest.
it-
I don't know how I got as many votes as I did, but I agree with the other two.
Because it's a
Kiss it.
bias thing.
Oh yeah, my name was
It's a
all over
kiss
there.
ass award.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yes, that's what
Congratulations to C Playsick. I think everybody would say, him and JJ Franken, to get wins this year, like one of the most deserved. I've seen races where they've kind of got bullied around or they give people room. So to see those guys in the playoff hunt, one with the chance to win a championship tonight, that means it doesn't mean you have to be aggressive to be competing, right? All these three drivers have wins. All these three drivers are in the playoffs. So there is that. So next is the Wheelman of the Year award. I didn't know what to call this, so I just called it the Wheelman of the Year award. Your finalists are, no surprise, Dense Fog, Warm Snugs, and Lonely Killjoy. And winning this award by the biggest margin of any others is Dense Fog with 16 votes. Yeah, I mean, you guys were competing up front with him, Nick. Your thoughts on Mr. Dense Fog?
Dude's fast. He knows how to rotate the car like nobody else in the league does.
Yep.
He just carries momentum better than anybody else and figures out things that other people in the race haven't figured out. So there's not much that you can do to beat Dents. The person that beat Dents Fog the most was himself this year.
Yes. When that guy, like, when I'll be riding around top 5, something like that, I'll be like, all right, I got some speed here. And then I look up and I'm like in a little pack. And then, like, way down in the distance at the other end of the straightaway, I see the 3-car down there. And I'm just like, this man is unbelievable sometimes. It's like, I don't understand how he can be so fast, but I mean,
I appreciate like so I would have gone for Snugs only for the fact that mainly because I'm in the same chat as him. He was always the way that I knew that I was getting lapped. Because I would always get the note in the chat, in our voice chat of like Snugs be like, "Hey, I'm coming up behind you," and I'm like, "All right, sweet. So that's another lap down. Let me get down to the bottom so that
Either that or you'd get hit by me while I was going by.
Well, you're following him. My indicator was, I get out of the way and I get down low, and Nick's taking a low line, and I get slammed into the rear by 43. It's usually, those are my
speed you up a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
So,
I mean, I needed it. So
I always compare these to Snugs is like Ronaldo in the gym every day. Has crafted his body to be the perfect racing specimen. Every day he's lapping, constantly, every track. Obsessive has been what Snugs is. And Ronaldo will be considered one of the greats, but Messi exists. And that's Dents, who it seems like he doesn't try that hard, but he's just as obsessed. I tell you this right now. Driver of the 3-car is obsessed with being fast.
Yeah.
It isn't just this game. I'll leave it at that. We can get into a long talk. So, Dense Fog wins your
Nick,
Wilman.
you got my vote, buddy. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
All 3 of
That
these
makes
guys
one
are
person.
unbelievable, but I have never known anybody who could just sit down at a wheel and be like, how did he do that? Quite like Mr. Nick here.
I kept my answer within the scope of NASCAR 25 and the league. Obviously, when it comes to like y'all don't know speed until you've dealt with Nick Kaufman shredding his tires, passing you, gapping you, pitting for tires, and then he had less tire left than you, and you're like, how are you faster than me the last 10 It's annoying, but Dents is getting there, and in this game, Dents is there. So, Woolman of the Year award, though, not to steal Dents' thunder. Dents Fog.
Well deserved.
Next is the Cole Custer Teammate of the Year award. Corey, would you like to? You know why this is called the Cole Custer Teammate of the Year award. I feel like it's right for you to say this.
Of course, Cole Custer will shit can. Now it's interesting because he's now on a team by himself.
Right.
But I did watch.
So
Cole
he really
Custer
gets along with his teammates now.
absolutely shit canning people to try to get Chase Briscoe ahead in the playoffs when SHR was still a thing. So I have a special place in my heart for Cole Custer because I was just like, wow, this guy is just absolutely pissing off everyone just to help out his teammate, and I admire that.
Could have also been called the Riley Herbst Teammate of the Year award.
True.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
True. So your finalists for this award were 2 Toyotas, Warm Snugs and Corey Russell, and then Hellseeker. And your winner is Hellseeker. Winning this award, I think it has to be pushing his teammate to 2 wins. Who's name one person who put their teammate first once, much less twice. But I do want to speak to the other 2, which is those Toyotas have got a brothership that's religious. You know what I mean? They've got labbing and separate discords and testing and constantly work. So it is no surprise to see you 2 on this list, constantly feeding information to each other, despite doing 80 to 90% of the work to get that information. So shout out to you Toyota boys as well. Keeping us up to date on how low to lower our PSIs per pit stop.
Yeah, that information came in so clutch from both you, Corey, and Snugs. I would get on 15 minutes before the race, get all my stuff together, and I'd be like, okay, Snugs, what's the plan for this race?
Right. Hey, can we pit? Do we have to pit?
Hey,
like,
what do
right,
we do?
as the green flag is dropping, I'm like, hey, do we have to pit or are we...
Can we make it on fuel? How many laps is first stage?
That's very kind of you, gentlemen, and I'm always happy to do it. Honorable mention here to Dilly Toon. Dilly got my vote for this. I'll be straight up because like Dilly is not a NASCAR guy. Dilly was gone half the season, and then he comes back after being away and just immediately dove into like, hey, I'm gonna get in on this. He's there doing it when even me and Snugs have let up a little bit. So honorable mention here to Dilly Toon and Snugs. The 3 of us have I mean, it's always fun in the Toyota chat, but still, it's honorable mention to Mr. Dilly Toon there.
There you go. Just good guys all around the league. We like to see it. So, congratulations though to your winner, Mr. Hellseeker, part of the T-Bones boys. All right. Next is the Anti-Chase Elliott Personality of the Year award. Corey, why did we call it the Anti-Chase Elliott?
Well, I once referred to Chase Elliott of having the personality of a decent banana bread. And not a great banana bread or a really, really bad one, or like not something interesting like apple pie bread or something that's, out of the ordinary. Just a normal banana bread sitting on the table in the break room at work. That's what Chase Elliott's personality is. There's
banana
nothing to
bread
it.
though.
Kind of there.
At work.
Yeah.
So your finalists for this
The
award.
donuts left over in the conference room.
Again, I feel like this
dude.
is more lip service to the admin team, but frontman Finn, Meatball, and Dilly Toon, 3 big personalities, but I think all separately big. Dilly, big vibes guy.
Yeah, big for different reasons, for sure.
Meatball is Meatball. Not many words can explain. He's like, y'all ever seen Ed, and Eddie? He's like the one that doesn't, the 2 that don't wear a beanie combined into one person. That's Meatball. You know what I mean? He's just Ed and Ed, Not Double D, though. He is not Double D. Double D. And your winner is the 23 car of Meatball, who got 10 votes. And we love big personality guy, and of course his contribution to tonight's winner of the league, a wheel or a rig, which I think is just a lawn chair with some PVC pipe taped to it, but
Bungee
Starter
cords.
rig.
you start a rig. No, we need that energy, and we miss him while he's traveling and while he dealt with some of the storm stuff that was going on. So we hope to see him back next season. As for the other guys, yeah, continue to be personalities. I think this is just lip service to the admin at this rate. I just get to roast people because everybody has to stop talking when I talk in the league. So it's kind of an abuse of power, if anything. Check my privilege. All right.
Yeah, it's also an exposure of like what admin team means, because if you look through chats, Finn has specifically said that the three of us that are here in the admin team are just a front for a dictatorship that is run by Finn, and he has made that clear to everybody else in the league as well. So any
Week
of
in
this
and week
lip
out.
service to the fans, lip service to the admin team, that's where that's generally coming from. Yes.
Let's hope the admin chat for voting for the replacement race in the playoffs never gets leaked, because everybody will know how much of a sham this is.
I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, moving on. The Canadian of the Year award, not because it's the best Chell player in the league, but because they apologize the most. This is the accountability award. The question asked is who owned up to their mistakes the most? Your finalists are myself, Frontman Finn, Warm Snugs, and of course Dilly Tune. To have to apologize is to cause chaos and wrecks, which doesn't make sense because I was also voted for cleanest driver of the year by some people, but we'll let the hypocrisy go away, because the winner of this award is the league's best Chell player. It's Frontman Finn in the 42. Oh, you fuck.
Nick Kaufman has crashed.
Nick Kaufman is...
This was just a lip service win.
Yeah.
Blowing smoke up your
Yeah.
butt.
Yeah.
I
can't
don't
be
know how
easy to
many
win
times
when
I've been
you're-
able to account an apology that's happened
can't-
from me,
you
to be
can't
honest.
be a
Apologize
finalist
the most when you're the
for-
only one that's allowed to talk in the post race and pre race chat. So
Yeah.
congratulations
No.
on
All right.
most microphone time award.
No.
I was gonna
Congratulations.
say I've said sorry a lot.
I
I
listen.
wasn't even nominated.
I want everybody who says it. How many times did I pop into your chat after I wrecked you, or got into some contact, or bumped at you that I apologized in race, to be able to hop in your chat? And that's, some of you guys can't
Nick
do
does
that
to
because
Jeff
you're
every
bound.
week.
You're bound
Yeah,
by
Nick
the
does that to
limitations.
me every week. You popped into our chat to yell at me after you wrecked me. So
Hey,
I don't know about that, dog. Like, come on.
I didn't need your
Anytime
vote.
I got into
You're going
somebody,
too fast.
You
Fine,
don't-
I just put you in the wall for it.
Jeff,
And-
you don't live in a swing state. I didn't need
anytime
your
I got
vote.
into somebody, I can their chat.
I didn't need your vote.
Mm.
So I'm sorry. So
But no, congrats.
yeah. Dicks. That's okay. I'm gonna leak the awards. My name is mentioned in this award sheet so much, so I know that they're just gassing me for the sake of it. Don't worry, I'm aware. All right, next award is the Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball of the Year award. Your finalists are Bumble Lee. I spelled it Bumblebee. Oops. Not sorry. He called me Unk. Big APW in the 48, and Hun Wee. I don't think we have any issues with these finalists. I think well deserved.
Yeah. They're all good dudes in their own way, but
All right, there's two names I think's
Don't raise
missing.
around too
There's
much.
two things. There's two names. One, Jeff for sure. You fucked. The whole first half of the year was rough for my boy Jeff, but when he got a wheel, he figured it out, and we'll give him credit. The 9 car is absent, despite Corey. Didn't he wreck you while you were in the lead?
he was the one that was sitting sideways in the track. I think that was Kansas.
Yeah.
I want to say that was Kansas. I came around 4 in first or second, and he was just sitting sideways in the track. And then ghost. As soon as I got to him, it kicked back in, and I just absolutely T-boned him at full speed.
There was a couple times the 9, but definitely it felt like once a race, the 39 of Hunwee was. I just saw the light purple car sideways. I was like, "Yep, Hunwee's sideways." I don't know if it's his fault or not, but he's sideways. And then of course, but your winner is It is the 48 car of Big APW.
Winner loosely.
I will say this. There were a lot of people who also had him in their category for who owned up to their mistakes the most. Here's a specific thing I'll read. Big APW almost always seems to apologize immediately after the race ends, so I'll give it to him. So there are...
I do want to.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
do also want to say I voted for Big APW for most improved driver of the year.
He definitely had more
Because
speed
he-
late. Definitely had
he
more
was-
speed
Has
late.
speed.
He
That's
was,
never been the question.
And
He is fast.
but in my opinion, he was much more of a wrecking ball the first half of the year
well, he was
than
controller,
he has been recent.
and then he got wheel, and he's already on a delay. So I think that when you look at the timeline that you mentioned, yeah, it kind of all checks there. He's
Yeah.
on controller, then he got a wheel, had to get used to that, got used
Yeah.
to that, and of course there's a time difference, and I don't know how much of a lag input he's having, and that matters a ton. So,
Yeah.
so don't take it too hard upon yourself, 48 car. Just continue to improve. There will be an opportunity to prove that we can be clean, but somebody has to win the award, and it's you. So congratulations.
2 words, my brother. Gigabit internet.
He's in college. He's already on that college Wi-Fi, dog. What do they call it out there? Uni?
Uni.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Uni. All right. Next is the Ryan Newman Award for the hardest car to pass. Your finalists are, to nobody's surprise, the 3 fastest guys in the league: Dense Fog, Warm Snugs, Lonely, Killjoy. And the winner of this award is Warm Snugs. I didn't know what number to put on, so I put them all.
Oh, I remember. I put Snugs. My teammate of the year award. I was like, caveat: if Snugs hadn't changed teams 3 times, it would be Snugs. But because of that, Billy.
Early season drama.
Yeah, nobody even knows what team he's on anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very difficult to pass him for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's another one that was the one that messed himself up the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because whenever he was under control, he always had speed, and his speed was top 2 or 3 at the slowest. So
Snugs'
Tough to pass.
speed is so consistent.
yes,
Like when you follow him around, it's like this dude is running the exact same line every single time. On the tracks when you got to be up on the wall, he is right up on the wall.
well, that's because he puts in 1,000 laps of practice every week. But
Also
that's
true.
what makes him one of the harder ones to pass, because he knows the exact line to run
Well,
and
s-
where
inter-
to put the car.
Interestingly, also, Snugs is, I think, one of the few wheel users in the league that plays on chase cam. So he's not
Yeah,
running.
that's wild.
So he can see where people are coming from
True.
and tell exactly where his car is. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna be consistent. He's gonna be fast. I think there's some feel that's lost playing on that chase cam. At least it would be for me. But unbelievably consistent lines for Snugs all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this. We said, Snugs is the guy who always beats himself. I think part of it is he makes himself so difficult to pass, and then he overdrives and wrecks, gets himself spun out. There's been a handful of times, even earlier in the year, early in the race, I think he was on the bottom. I think that might have been Iowa, honestly. And he spun himself very early in the race. So a little overdriving, but determined not to be passed. And then when he did go a lap down at that last race at Kansas, man, Jesus, he certainly tried to get those lap backs, and he was very difficult.
Yeah.
And I think he might have had some run-in with the old leader of that race as well. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But we admire a guy who's willing to squeeze the wheel tight and make it work. So, all right, next award is the most improved driver of the year. Self-explanatory here. We've got Trucks, T-Rocks in the 24, Space-Time Jumper, who had 2 wins. He says it's a erasure that we took his Vegas win away, but he kind of went from more of a, late teens guy up to the front. And then, of course, our second in points, Dinger Magic, who, you think about it, he did win a race early in the year. He won race like 6 or 7. And then the All-Star race. But I think he just got caught up in so much stuff early. He didn't really get an opportunity to be up front, kind of let that flesh out. But now he's here, and I think he's on a Tony Stewart-esque run, and that is enough to give him the most improved driver of the year, Mr. Dinger Magic.
And
So-
shout out to JJ, by the way, because he said he voted for me the hardest to pass. Because me and him have been through so many battles throughout this entire season, like over and over and over again. It feels like we're always coming back to the chat, like, dude, sorry for not wrecking, but what a race.
So Dinger. So here's my problem with this. Dinger's been fast the whole time.
Right.
He's getting faster, but he has been fast the whole time.
Yeah, I think the same.
Space time grabbing those 2 wins late in the season, that is mega admirable. The 24 was on my maybe list for this. This one's another honorable mention, Dilly, for me. But Dinger is well deserved. He's getting faster and faster, and he is easily a top 5 driver in the league at this point, I think. Right? If you're doing a power rankings today, I think you're going to have a lot of difficulty not having Dinger in the top 5, and that's probably kicking me out and putting him in.
Right, but
That's
yeah. That being said, that would imply the improved though, because most of the year he was kind of a fringe playoff guy in the tens, and now at the end of the year we're looking at him as like, we're gonna go over the playoff scenario here soon. I think if I want to be any of these drivers tonight, it's Dinger Magic, and he's second in points. No doubt in my mind, a top 5 driver in the league, like clear out, has to be on the list. So I think that's enough of an improvement. Even if the improvement wasn't from suck to good, it was from good to great. Still a huge improvement on the year.
Yeah.
Dilly said I improved from being absent to being present.
which is true, Dilly, which is true, but like you also respectfully really sucked when this game came out and were all over the track, but now you got it down. But yeah, agree with that. Dinger's playoff push has been unreal. I mean, unreal. The dude is flying everywhere we go, and I'm sure to be no exception.
Yep. Next is the Competitor of the Year award. This was the who did you enjoy racing with the most? To be separate from cleanest driver, who was the person that you just enjoyed competing against? And Jeff, you literally were just talking about you and Franklin going through so many different things, and and it seems like the league also noticed that you guys are fun to be around. So a lot of mentions of you, Jeff. JJ Franken was on this list as somebody people really like racing around. And then Dillytoon is another one who you mentioned very early, which is weird. Like he was rough early, then he missed half the season, and then he's just been back for a couple weeks. I think people just like
He
talking.
is locked in right now, dude.
Right.
Locked in.
But you are your winner of the Competitor of the Year award is going to be the 38 car of JJ Franken. He's going to be competing for championship tonight. Drives clean, takes care of his stuff. Dents even made a mention about how good he is at taking care of the right front, and it just seems like it really helps him late on runs. A very quiet, again, just the one win on the year at Nashville, but he's kind of been consistent all year long, and I think that's just the difference. He doesn't overdrive. He treats people fairly on track, and he gets that in return. So, real solid showing there.
Yeah, I raced around JJ a ton. He's been up front, a lot throughout the year, and literally can't say one bad thing about him.
Yeah.
He's always been clean. He's always been quick, and it's always been super fun to just battle, and he stays in it till the end. So I enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah, totally agreed. If there was anyone I was going to lose this one to, it would definitely be like happy that it was JJ. Because again, we battled it out numerous times throughout the course of the season. So then he decided to go and get fast and start racing up near the front and get away from all of us in the back and everything like that, So
God forbid he improve.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez. Losing all my friends to improvement.
And last of the individual awards is the Picasso of the Year award. This is the best paint scheme of the year as voted upon by the league. Your finalists are the Fat Randy Tide Machine, the Snugs M&M Kyle Busch Throwback, and the Frontman Finn Mellow Yellow car, which I am surprised that people voted that one, but really it was these two. These two were the most voted on by a mile, and your winner is the Snugs M&M throwback with the picture on it there. Creative use of the WeatherTech W to make it an M. I mean everything. We did that stream the other a week or a couple, maybe a month or so ago, fellas. I mean the creativity in this league is second to none.
Yeah, the I voted for this scheme, the WeatherTech / M&M scheme, because of the creativity in using the WeatherTech W, turning it into an M, and then just the shapes and stuff. Because so he made this scheme early in the season, and it was before NASCAR 25 did a lot of their overhauls to the paint booth, if I remember correctly. So he was working with even less tools. So I'm not a very creative person myself. So when I see that creativity to just think outside of the box like that, it's awesome.
Well, he's also like, you got to admire somebody who is taking a racing game and being like, I'm going to be the artist of the group in a racing game. And I know that exists in like Forza and stuff like that, but like in a NASCAR game where you would think that it would just be a bunch of people just running like the sort of standard throwback built-in stuff, whatever, but Snugs seems to really thoroughly enjoy the paint booth. So, hey, that's awesome. I mean, that's a super cool scheme. Like, just absolutely genius. So
The Tide Machine was a close second. The Tide Machine was a close second.
Yeah, my vote was the Tide Machine. I thought that was really, really well done. These two were like really, really close. I think Snugs edged it out by like 1 or 2 votes. But there wasn't many other ones. Somebody did say the 42 Target car was hot, and I appreciate that, but that's just more lip service to the admins.
Do you have a photo? Does anyone have a photo of the Tide car?
I am pretty sure I've got a DM from him, so I can check that real quick, and I can very quickly.
I would love to just throw that if you have.
I got it right here.
Side by side these.
I want to investigate.
Here, it's on the screen now. Let's show some love to this Tide Machine. Well done. Might have to January 6th, the IWP.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit, that's a real statement. As we're showing, as we are giving him love, by the way, we get that.
Yeah, that is
comment.
a cool paint. I am terrible at this. I, like Nick, have absolutely no like aesthetic creativity or anything like that. So my vote was simply Snugs because it's just on sheer quantity. Like, the guy just seems to spend as much time in the paint booth as he does on the track. So it's like, this has to be Snugs' award. Like, there's no question in my mind. So due respect to the Tide car. Snugs has just been pumping out paint schemes like since the game came out.
Ricky Craven got him. I just did every time.
Yeah.
So
Can't think about the Tide car without thinking about Darlington.
that will do it for the awards. I appreciate everybody who voted. Some people, I feel like everybody but one person took it seriously. One person decided to just individually air their grievances with the league to me directly. Shanzi. But hey, needless to say, everybody else took the awards seriously, and I appreciate that. And I think your league mates, I hope you guys are sitting there seeing if you were nominated. Or, just know that your league mates notice that you give effort, and we appreciate those things. Let's talk about tonight, boys.
The admin team notices all of your guys' efforts too, and we very much appreciate it.
Thanks.
And don't worry, we will also be going in and investigating what the votes with how many times Frontman Finn appeared onto this and look into what those votes and see if it was Rearman Finn and then Mandan Minley and then all these other different ways.
Finn
Listen.
just answered the form 17 times individually.
Right.
Outside of the words Xfinity, which only appeared 4 times, my name is in here 25 times. 25 times Finn is mentioned in the award. So a lot of lips. I cannot give you extra points for this. I apologize, fellas. All right, so
We
let's
got to be more
Don't worry, he
truthful for
would.
next season's awards, fellas.
be more truthful.
Got to be more truthful.
All right, let's talk about tonight, boys. We have a 4-man race for the championship. And
right.
we did the math. Warm Snugs, if everybody has a drop race today and Warm Snugs wins both stages and the race, he would fall 1 point short. So unfortunately, fifth and back is not in the cards here. Dense Fog. Dense Fog controls his own fate. 68 points would stop anybody's ability to win a championship. So that is what Dense Fog is shooting for. That being said, his drop points is currently 34 points. So if he has a bad race, the best he can get today from a drop is 34 points from today, which is rough. Because the man right behind him is on a generational run.
Yeah.
His worst race is 52 points at Nashville. Yeah. That is Dinger Magic, who was on
those 18 points are going to be mega important between that 34 and 52. Yeah.
If Dents has a drop race today, well, let's put it. If Dents and Dinger Magic have a drop race today, Dinger wins. So let's put it like that.
Yeah.
So if JJ, we'll talk about JJ and Nick here in a second, but between those two, if today Dents doesn't have a good race and has to do a drop race or anything near it, boom, championship is Dinger Magic's. Lock that in. However, if Dents does have a drop race, Dinger does have to score at least 69 points to stop JJ or Nick from winning should they get max points, which is rough, right? We only have like 3 or 4 80-point performances. But that's the case. Now, if Dinger has a rough day, let's say Dinger is the only one that gets a drop race today, Dents needs at least 39 points to beat Dinger Magic. So even if Dinger's race today doesn't matter, Dents still has to have 39 points. JJ would need, and Nick would need about 65 points to beat Dinger Magic, but they would need to beat Dents by more than 24 points on the day, unless it's a drop race by him, in which it wouldn't matter. So basically, JJ Franken and Nick have to either have 65 or more points and hope for drop races by these guys, or bad races, or get max points and hope for the best. But there is a mathematical opportunity for those guys to win it. My question to you, would you rather be Dents, the leader who needs 68 points to clinch, but has a shitty drop race? Or would you rather be Dinger, knowing that you could have your worst race of the year and still win the championship if things play out?
I would rather be Dents.
Really?
I would rather be in the lead. Yeah.
I would rather have my fate in my hands.
Yes.
And if I lose it, then it's my fault.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, also, I think we all realize that it's possible that the whole Dents scenario could play out, which is everybody is racing around each other except for Dents, who's like down there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like who's 2.5 seconds ahead of the entire field, racing by himself. So yeah, if I'm Dents with the speed that he has, I think I'll just take the 18 points in my pocket and just, do my best and hope no one wrecks me.
Honestly,
this is also not a race where we're probably going to run into a lot of lap traffic, I wouldn't think.
If I were Dents, I would not be going for a win today.
Yes, I agree with that.
I'd be playing a points game.
Yeah.
That's the thing is he needs at least 68 points to stop Dinger from having, if he has an elite day. I mean, there's so many things. Not only that, the way that these stages are playing out, it's a little similar to Kansas in that you have to make a decision. Am I pushing and hoping a caution comes out and saves me on fuel, or am I saving? So we're going to have that as a caveat. Also, points game with that, because if you know you have to get max points, you are definitely trying to stay out and make it. So it'll be very curious to see how this plays out. I think, not me as Dinger Magic, but if I had to be Dinger tonight or Dense Fog, I would want to be Dinger Magic. The pressure's off of him. He's got a drop race. He can go out there and be aggressive. And
everything's just in front of him.
I wouldn't want to be Tyler, because I know how Tyler performs when the panic starts setting in. So, no, listen, we talk about where things could have gone. At one point, we would have thought this was a Dense Fog, Warm Snugs, just far gone. And then, Nick, you came along, figured things out, and then Dinger Magic shows up out of nowhere. JJ, we were talking about his consistency. Just fantastic. And I'm excited because tonight is going to be live commentated by your boy in the booth. So if you guys are watching and you have the ability to stream your race tonight without affecting your internet, please do so and post to the streams channel. So with that, awards, recap, done. Jeff, passing back to you. Thank you for letting me lead this.
Yeah, man. Wow, that's no problem. You had to go and be able to see there and kind of get through these awards and acknowledge your name being there.
So many damn
Had to-
times.
Had to call the Frontman Finn Awards Ceremony of the Year.
Yeah.
The Admin of the Year award. We all voted who should be the lead admin, and it was me.
Award. Crazy unanimous vote with 1 out of 1 went to Frontman Finn.
Nah,
Crazy how that ended up going up.
I get my praise with your happiness.
Yes. So I mean, with the way that the time's working out, we're getting up close to race time. Do we want to talk Bristol or do we want to?
Well, we did a
Go
little.
out.
We did a little Bristol recap last week, right? Or lead into it. Should we
Yeah.
just go ahead and do our fantasy picks?
Yeah, I
Your
think
must-
that's
your must
probably
have
gonna
on
be the best way
fantasy?
to go. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I guess I'll start us off. I got 3 must-haves for this week. They're probably not surprising. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and believe it or not, the third one is Ty Gibbs.
He's been so fast.
Ty Gibbs has been so fast, and last year, I think in one of the in the early race, the early Bristol race, Spring Bristol, he finished 4th or 5th. So he's got speed here.
Yep.
He is definitely screaming towards his first win. Like,
Yeah.
we've been all waiting for it to happen. It's overdue. By the way, and no coincidence, Nick just named the top 3 finishers from last year's Bristol Spring Race. So,
Did he finish 3rd? I knew he had speed.
yeah, Larson, Hamlin, Gibbs is the top 3
Yeah, I knew he
in the
had speed.
last spring's Bristol race. I'll take. I'm gonna go against the grain here, and I'm gonna take y'all's boy Joseph Logano. He's due. He's due.
Ugh.
Seems like a Joey kind of track.
I think he's trending way down right now.
Yeah. He's
Way
due.
down.
Yeah,
All right.
but I mean,
Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
well, either way. Yeah, no, for me, I mean, if like the main guys that I'm going to try and make sure that I've got on my roster, I think Larson is a given for just about anybody. Like I definitely want to have Hamlin there because it's, I mean, not just that, but also the fact that like his racing at Bristol in general over the last 3 to 4 years has been substantially better. It's been worth watching. He's got a couple of wins. He's been doing well. It is generally like it's been a joy for me because there's been a few times getting into some of the short tracks where I just wasn't sure what car the 11 was going to show up with. And with Bristol and all the glitz and glamour that comes with it, like you want, it's one that you want to see him show up with something decent. So obviously Denny's on my list. My dark horse for that one is like, I wonder if they're going to soup up, if they're going to soup up the 8. I want to see if maybe we could see some classic old school Kyle Busch shimmering out at Bristol. I think that would be interesting. That's my dark horse, and it's a dark horse for a reason. But I think that would be pretty cool.
I was
What
thinking
about
about
you,
that too. I was thinking
Yeah.
about, sorry, Finn, 1 second.
No,
I
you're
was
fine.
thinking about Kyle Busch too, and he does have a history at Bristol, but I think that he can be a factor if we get a race like last fall where the tires just get destroyed.
Yeah.
So that's a
If
good
it comes
dark
down to
horse.
strategy,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, you mentioned that fall race with the tire wear, and my driver finished top 5 in that race, so able to manage the wear. The last time we had 750 horse package of short tracks in a season, this driver won 4 races in a year, 3 of them at short tracks that year. He had a pole at Bristol last year. My pick is Alex Bowman. Wait, what's that? He can't spell his name?
He's
Fuck! Okay. Fuck! This is like the one
That's
Alex
funny.
Bowman race, you fuck.
I was gonna bring that up after picks. this would be a perfect race for Bowman to come back
Ugh.
because he's good here. This is one of his best tracks.
Some say Bowman had this one circled on his calendar. I say it's because he's relearning shapes. That being said, fuck, I shouldn't make fun of CT.
Round hole.
Brad K is my pick. He's been really solid at Bristol in the next gen. He's a veteran with the tire saving, and they've been quick all around. So I'm gonna go Brad K.
Yeah, RFK's fast this year.
I mean,
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
One of the things that I was worried about making picks tonight was this is not the same tire that was used for the fall race last year. They had 2 more tire tests since that fall race to try and get more continuity between different weather situations, different temperature situations, because the tire that they used last year for the fall race acted really good in practice on Saturday and then just went to shit on Sunday because it got cold.
Yeah.
So it is a different tire compound that they're hoping does something similar to the amount of fall off that we had in the fall. Not quite as much, but that will lay rubber down on the track instead of marbling up like it did and not cause tire failures. So I guess we'll see how that pans out.
I have a sneaking hunch this weekend, and it leads me into wanting to propose an addition to our end of show picks and stuff. So follow me on this. I got a weird feeling about SVG this weekend, given the higher horsepower, and none of these guys really are used to it yet, and maybe he sneaks up on some people. How would you guys feel about a weekly SVG over/under finishing position prediction?
Oh yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
set the limit today. Set the limit for
I
Bristol.
mean, we're already basically doing it because he comes up
My
every
number.
single episode.
He has come up every episode.
My
Every
number
episode.
for this week is 12.5.
Put him on your fantasy team.
Over
coward.
means
Higher?
13, 14, 15, not like over as in higher in the.
Yes,
I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna hammer the over.
I'm
Put him in your
hammering.
lineup.
I'm hammering the over because not enough
I
braking.
don't think he finishes top 20.
There's not enough braking
Okay.
at Bristol.
He finished 14th in this race last year.
Where he
Yeah.
benefits is the braking, and that kind of realm. There's not enough, and not only that, Bristol's very. That's one of them hard ovals. You know what I mean? And
It's one of the hardest
yeah,
tracks on the calendar
Yep.
from a driver
so
perspective.
from a flow.
Finn's
and-
over.
so.
Nick's over. Jeff, what do you got?
Like over is in like
Higher than worse than 12th.
over, yeah.
Over. I'm taking the under. boys.
All right, hey,
Put 'em in
I
your
will be
lineup.
pleasantly surprised as an SVG fan.
Yeah,
just,
same.
But
Everybody look at Corey's lineup. This
I would
week,
say
make
this,
sure
though.
SVG 's there.
if SVG gets a top 10, boy's arrived. You know what I mean? Like if we're
Yeah.
getting top 10s of Bristol's with how else he's been running, boy has arrived. So
That is
that-
what I'm kind of saying is that like this might be the one, dude. This might be the one where we kind of have to go, okay, if he can do it at Bristol, where can't he do it?
right.
Where?
I do think we talk about SVG entirely too often, but I like this.
He's interesting, dude. He's
Yeah.
interesting.
He is interesting.
It is. It's. There's not many other stories where you've seen guys switch sports and actually. And I know
Yeah.
it's not a sport, but it is switch disciplines, if you will, and be able to legit compete. All right, cool. He did it in his one thing, but now he's out here qualifying top 5 at Martinsville. Like nobody would ever have
Yeah.
that. So
You just wait till Max Verstappen makes his way over to NASCAR, and it's going to be all over the news everywhere. It's
I
gonna be
cannot
the
wait
only
to
thing
watch
media
Cody
can
Ware
talk
spin his
about.
ass out and not give a shit about it. Do not
We
give a
need to
You
wrap
just
up.
wait till it's Max versus SVG. in
Brother,
the
you thought
headlines.
Lance Stroll was a weapon? Logan Sargent's
Right.
about to look like goddamn.
Nah, get Nikita Mazepin out there.
Right. All right, Jeff, lead
As
us out. We got a lobby to
All
build.
Yeah, we got stuff we got to do. I guess we have a race we have to do tonight. So that's going to wrap things up for us this week. Please make sure you check out the website that it's intrecpod.com. Make sure you check us out on YouTube and Twitch under the name Intentional Rec, as well as all of your favorite audio platforms as well. that being the case, also check out our Discord server. Check out the league. Now is a great time to get in there and put your name in to try and be in for the next season. Make sure you tune into the streams tonight because we got Finn doing on the commentary. And anybody that's going to be in the race, make sure you post your stream into the streams channel of the Discord. All that being said, check us out. Have a great night. We'll see y'all next weekend.
Peace.
See ya.